Today we are going to be making a video on BNB. Before we get started, please don't forget to leave a like or leave a comment, like the video, press the bell button for notifications, and subscribe if you haven't already. At least 50% of you guys are watching these videos and have not subbed. It would really help me out if you did that sub so the YouTube algorithm starts sharing the video with other like-minded individuals and lets this channel grow. Aside from that, if you're interested in trading with me live after these videos, please feel free to join me on my Discord server. Link to the server is in the description of this video below, alongside all the other affiliate services that I use and recommend that helps this channel grow. So thank you guys so much for your support. Now let's get back into the video. Binance on a weekly. You can see Binance all the way over here, starting off at whatever zero and just blowing up. Binance was one of the best exchanges to trade on back in the day, and then came Bybit, Deribit, MEXC. So unfortunately, the dominance isn't there anymore. And their CEO got wrecked. But the coin has great utility value, has the tokenomics of it is good. So as there's more volume in trading, of course, BNB will get that because they uh, charge the fee in BNB and then they burn it. And that's what's causing this upward push like this, because they're doing quarterly burns. But another thing I want to just point out, okay, just blind TA. I should have not had that on down there. But volume over here was the most. Now we have literally lackluster volume. Another thing is, over here was your last top. Okay, this was your top over here last time. Look at what your RSI did on overbought conditions. After 2-3 weeks of the top, you had this amazing opportunity of a short. And look what's going on right now. Same freaking highs. You have officially taken out the liquidity of that high with a little bit of a poke, and you closed right at that level. Now, RSI in overbought conditions has room, even though you put in the top, has room for a second high. And that's when I get my bear divergence. You see? And that's when really the short started kicking in. So what am I trying to tell you here? This little inverse head and shoulder neckline here, measured move was like here, is met. Okay? And you'll see this as soon as I turn on my the indicators. Feel free to go search my YouTube videos for the last BNB video I had. You will see how I did the TA then, what we were looking for, and what played out. If you look at the history of the BNB videos. And yeah, basically all I'm saying is this was a short trap, a bear trap. They all got liquidated because people thought that, hey, it's time to short because we were coming off overbought conditions. This is another one of those things that I do myself. But what happened is that they didn't have a stop loss above their wick, and that's where the point of control is. You see this little dashed line here? The point of control is what basically got tapped for that liquidity. Now what's going to happen is every person who got liquidated is probably going to reshort, and FOMO and longs will get hyped up to buy. So you're going to get one of these lower high situations, but a blow off top. Once you have a blow off top, it's usually like 60 to 80% drop. Yeah, it's 70% drop. Okay, so just understand that one factor. It's a blow off top that's being built after overbought conditions are getting mitigated by a reversion to the mean trade, which is it going back to support. So over here, if we had a reversion to the mean trade and it's coming from all the way up here, first level would be here. My main level is over here. So around $300, 350 is where I would be looking for the reversion to the mean trade to end. That's almost a, hold on. Let's just, this is where I want it to be, okay? Around, what is this, 300? That's around a 60% drop. Now let's do a little bit different shit. That's because of maths, that's the wrong way to pull it. Let's say I pull it from here. Okay, it might even go a little bit higher than 800. I'm going to show you why I'm doing this as soon as my indicators come on. I'm trying to see if I can find some confluence with that level. Okay, so let's say like around $900 is what I'm gonna target for like a 70% drop. Okay, now I'm gonna turn on my indicator just to double check. Ah, damn it, I was off. So as you can see, these are the levels we're looking for, but I was right about the support. So I'll get, you know, give me some extra credit on that one. I was a little bit off on the pull. So what I was looking for from this last consolidation, I was saying, hey, we're making lower highs. We're probably going to come test into support. That's what this green line here. We made a little channel, basically, a channel from the bottom of the consolidation to the top. And this MITRE air, I was like, oh, we're going to come test this MITRE air, probably the bottom of this channel. We actually did come to test this level, and it actually turned into support, aka right here. Let me show you guys what's going on here. Okay, so we found some support over there, and this level 200 golden pocket of these consolidation became major support for this inverse head and shoulder. Okay, this is what I was talking about. You had your neckline, measured move from this to this. Right there. So you can see this little consolidation right where it was supposed to be a shorting opportunity for people. And then what happened was you brought that neckline right here, and then the new breakout started. Okay. Then from this area here, your new golden pocket, this 290, was the bottom, and the target was this 782 to 660. You have already front run this one target, and now you got that over. Now you got the liquidity grab over, but I would be very cautious for the blow off top to be between these two levels now. Unless you lose this level again, you're not confirming a short. But if you come over here and you put in the top, I will be much more confident in the next 2-3 weeks for this to roll over from here and do that big drop like we were just looking at blindly. Let's say it goes all the way to 829. And there's your close to 70% drop in the next few weeks. I'm not saying it's gotta happen, and it's not gonna just be like a straight drop. Probably gonna be like something like that. Come over here, do like this stuff, make a big head and shoulder here, maybe, and then a drop. Because then this will be the head and shoulder that we're looking for. Long term, this channel will be your neckline, and once it breaks in the channel, it's gonna go just straight down. Maybe you get a little bit of consolidation here and then down. So just be aware that that is what we are basically looking for and expecting. Now, how would you trade this? If you want to take a long, go ahead, do what you want to do, but you better have a stop loss underneath, right? 650. You want to go technical, go 630. The stop loss underneath 630, and then you want to start taking profits every $10-$20 above 720, 740, 750, 780, 800, 820, and around 820. Only 10-20% of your position should be open, with that stop loss trailing maybe 5%. And if this thing starts doing these kind of moves, you will get stopped out on top. Do you need to short? No. If you want to short, you see the shorting setup I'm showing you over here, right? And then you have a few weeks. It's not like, oh, one order, 100x, all in, short, oh, I got liquidity. No. 10-20% of your position. 40-50% of your position. All of the liquidity you're willing to put up for this trade. Stop loss at, your stop loss actually technically is supposed to be right here, 965, guys. So leave a little bit more liquidity even for that liquidity grab of the stop loss. And over here above this is where your stop loss is, like a little bit above this fib. And then that's where you want to write it. Because even the people who short here, when it comes down here and it doesn't close underneath the fib and it gets accumulated again, the next stop will be the first red line to the third red line, and that's the next shorting level after liquidity has been gotten. And if you go even higher time frame on this sucker, you can see, let's try to shut off. You can see, since this coin has the burning mechanism of fees, you still have room on monthly to get up there. And we just started this month, 23 days. You have literally all month for this thing to do upside, nice close and nice volume impulsive candle. It right now, the little pause that you had, this just got tapped. This liquidity, oh wait, sorry guys. This liquidity just got tapped, right? And look what you're doing above this level. You are flagging. Basically, if you can't break and close the daily underneath, I want to say 680, it's going to probably make a triangle consolidation and look for higher. Even though you have the warning of downside coming, today is the day. If you can't break back underneath 680, the next day you're going to open and just engulf on this one red day. And you're going to basically do short squeezes until the volume of the selling stops, and then you will actually drop until the volume of the buying stops, sorry, and then you will actually fall over, because the FOMO and hype is what's going on right now, and you got time for it to subside. You see here on a 4-hour, you're trying to put in a head and shoulder pattern, where lower time frame traders will probably take this short, and they'll probably like try to gun it all the way down here, but it's just not reasonable of a trade right now. Worst case, I'd probably see it come to 680, and then it's just going to get swept right back. I mean, all these little points of liquidity are there. How do you know where you want the best opportunity? Where's your volume profile? There you go. For this local level, there's your point of control, 700. As soon as you lose 700, it's telling you it wants to go to 660, right? What's 660? Ironically, the fib, where we expect support to come to anyway. It's only if you lose 660 that you get that waterfall. You get if you basically lose 660 in the next week, it will be a bearish engulfing. So today's close is done. Next week, if it has continuation into here and you find resistance, okay, then you be aware of this level. But if you start next week and you start encroaching underneath 660, ETH is rolling over. If ETH is rolling over, if Bitcoin is rolling over, and if Dixie is actually getting above 104.50, then you know that, hey, downside is more likely. So you have other ways to look for that downside. Right now, ETH is actually going, Dixie is losing 104, right, with the ECB cut yesterday. And then now until America cuts, I think next week, Wednesday, you're going to see the trickling effect of the liquidity, because now markets are jockeying for another cut of the U.S. Hopefully in next week, Wednesday, or it's going to happen in September, I think they're saying. So as this is going down, the inverse relationship of Bitcoin ETH is occurring, as well as BNB. They're all getting upside as Dixie is going to the downside, because they are hard assets, and this is going to make them worth more in dollar. Dollar is the one that's getting more valuable here with this. What were we looking at before I got to this? BNB. So yeah, that was the gist I was getting at. I'm going to go real quick back to BNB, and then we are done for the day. I just wanted to point out one more thing, that this is the weekly, and the weekly closes in about Sunday. By Sunday, if you hit this and you find a wick on the top of your weekly candle, be aware that next week the resistance can come in like this. If you have a nasty wick by the end of the week and it closes nasty, next week you can come test support and then come back up the week after. So please, 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 the gist of this video was, be aware that the people are about to get taken profit on their longs. Do not be FOMOing, rushing into it. Yeah, you're going to get a little bit upside even if you do, but it's all going to be into resistance. A lot of people are going to be getting ready to take profit. Don't get caught up in that nonsense of theirs. Wait for the buying opportunity either on the retracement of the channel. If you absolutely do want to get in the long here, wait for 660 and support, like volume support, bullish divergence maybe, and then get into that long with the stop loss underneath 630. That way you're not going to get caught on that bearish engulfing to the downside. I'm erasing all these other doodles we don't need. Do I even want to keep that channel? I'll keep it, but I will compress it back to the width that it was at. There you go. Move this. These doodles. And yeah, I mean, aside from all of this, I mean, you know, this is accumulation, Wyckoff, neckline broke. This is Wyckoff distribution that we're pre-planning. So if you're looking for a short, you know, gradually low leverage, ladder in. If you're long already, get ready to take some profit, and on the retrace, we could rebuy, etc., etc., etc. Aside from that, guys, trade carefully. If you have any questions or concerns, leave it in the comment section below. If you could, please leave me a like, press the bell button for notifications, subscribe to the videos channel if you haven't already. I'd greatly appreciate it. And then last but not least, if you want to trade with me live after this video, feel free to join me on the Discord server. The link to the server is in the description of this video below, alongside all other affiliate services that I use and recommend that helps the channel grow. So thank you guys so much. Have a great day, and see you guys in the next one.